What a journey it has been. As we approach the end of our graduation ceremony from Clinton High School, I could not be prouder of the 173 of us that are assembled here today as the class of Clinton High School 2022. In just a few minutes, we will exit Dark Horse Stadium as graduates and be known as CHS alumni. We've really made it. Most of us have been together on this journey for 13 years, and what a journey it has been. 13 years of hard work, dedication, and determination has finally paid off, and it's time for us to say farewell to what has been a crazy ride. Most of us began our first days at LC Carr at Skirt Kindergarten, clinging to our parents' hands until they left us at the big school on Kimbrough Street. It was from there that we began the bond, love, and friendships that we have today. Making leprechaun traps, bringing in items for show and tell, anticipating which shelf the elf will sit on, and finally meeting our big buddies. I remember during this time, my teacher mentioning high school and one day graduating, and I thought, that is impossible. It is such a long ways away. However, I knew I would be surrounded for those long years by my new family of classmates. Those 2 years flew by, and we now found ourselves at Butler Avenue. We were really growing up then. As we entered the school without the assistance of our parents, they were watching us from afar. We felt confident in school now because we were surrounded by familiar faces, not those of our teachers, but those of our classmates who were with us from the beginning or had transferred in. I remember at Butler Avenue, we sang our 3s and 4s songs with Mr. Moore every morning during the announcements as we prepared to take exams. That was scary. Having to take an EOG meant that we actually had to pay attention in class. And I know all of you thought like me, life really sucked at that point. We began taking spelling tests, had PE in the gym, well really the multi-purpose building, and switched classes with our team. When we thought we were finally getting the hang of this school thing, it was time to go to the next step in our education. We then went to Sunset Avenue. We had 2 teachers, switched classes, learned how to play the recorder, and had to walk laps outside at recess every day. But our journey continued as we became more than friends, but we became a family. So then we moved to the second big school, Sampson Middle. Now middle school was hyped up by everyone. I remember being told that if you walked in middle school and tried to become friends with the older kids, they would hang you on the locker by your underwear. We realized that now we lived at school as we were introduced to so many activities: band, clubs, sports, changing classes, hanging out with friends, not having to walk in a straight line or be chaperoned to the bathroom, and even relationships. And at this point in your life, many of you probably experienced your first relationship, and for many, your first real heartbreak. I remember our 8th grade promotion ceremony, our graduation. It was a day very similar to today, as we sat with mixed emotions, nervous and excited because we had to walk across the stage in front of hundreds of people, including family, friends, teachers, and staff. However, our nervousness was eased when we looked to our left and right and realized that we were celebrating together as a family. I remember as I approached the stage to receive the John B. Hales Award, the enthusiasm and love that each of you showed reminded me of the bond we had created. Why? Because we have learned to celebrate our personal success as well as the success of others. Now, our journey has ultimately led us to the grand finale of our education, Clinton High School, the real big school. We can all admit that when we started high school, it was very scary. We all have many memories, unforgettable memories. Many of us will never forget Mr. Boyd's crazy stories, Mr. Davison's wacky yearbook pictures, and Miss Mann's sweet but ear-piercing voice at 7:45 in the morning. And even Coach Spell's high energy and enthusiasm with everything we did, even when it wasn't called for. We will never forget the fact that we attended high school in a pandemic. We became so involved in participating in clubs, competitions, countless hours of practices for things like marching band, leading the Dark Horses to athletic victories, working at local restaurants, or businesses, making sure that our GPA was where it needed to be to attend our college of choice, or that we were prepared for the military or workforce. High school really became a journey in itself. I would like to give a special thank you to all the faculty, teachers, administration, and staff here at CHS, and give a huge thank you to our real cheerleaders, our family. I thank you for helping to shape us into the individuals we have become today as we sit here. I thank you for every piece of advice and love that you showed towards us. It really goes further than you'll ever know. And to my class, someone once said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. I encourage each of you, my classmates, to take that step while always keeping success as your destination. Although we will be going our individual ways, our lasting bond will continue to unite us as a family. Even if we are not together, we will still be there to support and encourage each other. And although we will face many storms, we are prepared to weather many situations. So I ask, who's worried about storms? Don't worry. We can't make it stop, but we can be there to hold your umbrella. After we leave from here today, each of us will embark on our new journey to achieve our individual success. Everyone holds his or her key to success. As class president, I hold our symbolic engraved class of 2022 key to the future. This key will be placed on the Clinton High School Key to the Future art sculpture located at the front of the school. The art sculpture is a reminder that life is delicate and that we should make the most out of every sunrise. Graduates, many have invested in us, and we have been given many keys to be successful in life. As you turn your tassel today, it is your choice where your key will take you. The key to your future rests in the palm of your hand. From the class of 2022, we proudly present Clinton High School, our key to the future, and we sign out. Thank you.